All right, guys, we are officially starting the Zoom. Thank you all so much for taking out your precious time to be with us. As you all know that this Zoom call is for me. I don't have Zoom calls every day because we have a whole lot of things we're doing, and we believe that's why we record these Zoom calls so that you can always go back and go through it. We have many Zoom calls that I post the links for you guys to always go through it. And the WhatsApp channels are open, the Telegram channels are open. You can always ask your questions. You can always contact me directly, so to ensure you're always properly guided. But once again, I want to thank you all for making our time to join us in the call today. My name is Joey. I'm from ApolloBot, and I'm the one responsible for supporting ApolloBot. I also provide technical advice and assistance in ApolloBot. And yeah, you guys are in for something really, really great with ApolloBot. We are very, very determined to change the narrative of how trading is done in the cryptocurrency spot and futures market. That's why that's one of the things that drove us to give birth to the ApolloBot trading infrastructure. So let me quickly share my screen as I will take you through the PDF. Wealth bridge builders, nice to see you. Some familiar faces are here, nice to see you. Please, you can also still send out reminders to many people who are not here to join us quickly. We're going to have a very, very efficient Zoom meeting, and looking forward to hearing and taking your questions and input. Reflex, please don't share your screen. I want to share my screen. You're sharing your screen. I want to share my screen, Reflex. Please unshare your screen. All right, I hope you guys can see my screen. I hope everyone is seeing my screen. All right, so ApolloBot, guys. ApolloBot is a wonderful opportunity that allows members to trade the spot and the futures markets simultaneously in the safety of their exchange. Like I always like to start out by saying that the most important business or the safest way to do business online now, for me, in my personal opinion, is or are decentralized platforms or decentralized opportunities. Because when you give your money out to third parties, when you give your money out to people, when you give your money out to companies with the promise of fixed returns, I mean, they always end up in regrets, okay? Just think about all the past centralized opportunities that we gave our monies to. Where are they now? They are all, I don't know any single platform that is still alive that is centralized, okay? So for your own safety and for the safety of your funds, and that's also one of the reasons ApolloBot was birthed, because we want to change the narrative in online investments, in the cryptocurrency, spot, and futures market. So guys, ApolloBot is decentralized, which is the most important thing. Always look out for that. When you want to do an online business, look out for decentralization. With that, you are sure of your capital, because decentralized projects will ensure that your money is always in your exchange, under your control, and within your access at all times. You know, because when you give your money out to centralized opportunities, you are at the mercy of the centralized opportunity. If they say they are going on an upgrade, your money is also going on an upgrade. All right. If they say something went wrong, something has gone wrong with your money. So you are at their mercy. But in this decentralized gives power back to you. All right. So with that being said, let me just quickly browse through the Apollo study guide that I made, a more comprehensive version. So Apollo Futures Bot has proven to be the game changer by incorporating state-of-the-art algorithms to keep users profitable whilst also safeguarding users' accounts from the harsh, volatile winds of the futures market. Okay, but before that, let's quickly look at Apollo. But please, Timo and the other co-hosts, please help me to mute the people coming in there. I forgot to change the settings to mute on entry. So please just help me. And please, if you're coming in, just mute your mic so you don't distract us. I made you co-host. Please help me to mute the people that are coming and are making noise. All right, so what is Apollo Bot? Apollo Bot is the world's best two-in-one bot and a preferred instrument for spot and futures trading now. It trades the spot and futures market simultaneously in the comfort and safety of your exchange accounts. It's an intelligent cryptocurrency quantitative trading robot designed to enhance users' cryptocurrency trading efficiency and profitability. This powerful tool can automatically execute trading strategies, support multiple exchanges, offer diverse trading strategies, is easy to set up, secure and transparent, and also features a partnership program, making it the ideal assistant for cryptocurrency traders. So Apollo started in 2021. Okay, guys, we've always had this relationship in 2021. But in this year of April, we decided to, come online, launch it online. So Apollo was launched online this year of April. And since then, it's been great. And we're only getting bigger and better. So let's quickly look at how, because in Apollo we have two products. Apollo has two products. That's the futures bot and the spot trading bot. Okay, so let's quickly look at how the futures spot works in Apollo. And like I read earlier on, that yes, Apollo has incorporated state-of-the-art algorithm to keep users profitable while also safeguarding users' account from the harsh volatile winds of the futures market. Many of you that have traded futures, you know that futures market is merciless. Futures market is merciless. I know many of you have gotten your accounts liquidated. Please mute your mic. Timo. Please, wealth bridges and make bridges making you co-host. Please just help me to moderate the zone. So you can help to quickly mute anybody that makes some noise point that will not be distracted again. I'm still waiting for Papi to join the call. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, yes, I was saying that the futures market is a very merciless market. And many of you that have traded the futures market, I know you've lost money. I've lost money myself. Because realistically, there's no trader that starts futures trading that will not lose money in futures. It's part of the learning curve. It helps you to get better. The pain stimulates you to be a better trader. So the futures market is a very harsh environment, but then it is also very profitable because futures trading is just magnifying the market gains, magnifying the potential market gains. You understand? Because spot trading is just the normal trading. It's not a leverage trading. Futures trading is leverage trading. Leverage trading means you borrow money from your exchange, all right, to add to your position to increase your profits. And that has its risk and also has its benefits. So Apollo bot is designed, very, very important, guys. This is very, very important. Apollo bot is designed for long-term trading. Apollo bot is not greedy. When it enters the market, you notice that it enters the market slowly. It enters the market slowly as part of its risk management. So Apollo bot is set up for the long term. One of the things that makes the Apollo futures bot safe, one of the things that has kept Apollo's futures bot afloat, we've been able to survive all the volatile events that cause liquidations in most of the bots that you guys know. These are some of the things. Okay, I'm going to be going through it now. The first one is the transaction protection protocol. So that is a signature, okay, feature of Apollo. Apollo's signature protocols that kicks in while encountering risky market conditions is the first of its kind, active in both bearish and bullish markets, up or down. Apollo futures bot will suspend buying or trading when market is too volatile and automatically resume trades when the dust settles, meaning when there is serious volatility, because what causes a lot of liquidations when unexpected volatility comes in one coin, you just drag your margin into all the trades, and then maybe to get a stop loss, and then or to keep cause a liquidation. But with Apollo will stay out of the market automatically when this happens. It will also automatically, resume trading when the coins are within the safe trading range, when the volatility is back to the safe range, or basically when the dust settles. You understand? So that's one of the very first features that makes Apollo bot very safe. It will turn on and off by itself without the need for human intervention, trading when the market is very volatile. The second wonderful feature of Apollo's bot is that it has dynamic trading parameters, which is very, very important. Very, very important. I think I wrote so. Yes, I said Apollo. Yes. Now I need to see this. Apollo bot dances with the market. The cryptocurrency market is a very volatile market. It's one of the most volatile markets in the financial markets. So for you to make the most of such a volatile market, you also need to be volatile, or you need to be flexible. Okay, you need to be very flexible, very, very flexible. Apollo bot is very flexible because it's dynamic. Okay, so Apollo bot dances with the market. To effectively make the most of the cryptocurrency market, you need to learn how to dance with it. And that's why Apollo uses two margin method trading strategies during active trading. The flat margin method trades the market with partial profits, with partial take profit when the coin is in an unfavorable direction. I'm also going to be explaining more about partial profit in this PDF. And the martingale method trades with full take profit range when the coin moves favorably. This is fully automated and occurs in real time during trades. Very, very important, guys, and very, very unique. Change strategies in real time without you even knowing, with the full take profit and with the partial take profit, with the flat margin method and with the martingale margin method. So Apollo is not just, in a group. There are some bots that they call a brainless martingale bot. Apollo bot is not a brainless martingale bot. Apollo bot is a dynamic system able to change and react to market dynamics in real time to make the most of any. Okay, so going into the flat margin method just makes it doesn't compound profit. Margin doesn't compound margin. A martingale system compounds your margin. Let's say your first order is 20, the next one will be 40, the next one will be 80, like that. It will compound, and that quickly takes up your margin, which leads to liquidations and losses when markets are very volatile. But in Apollo bot, when Apollo bot notices that the coin is moving unfavorably against its prediction, it will change it to flat. It will not compound the margin like the martingale does. The martingale is a very efficient way of capital preservation, of saving your capital, of saving your margin during trades. Okay, it's also one of the reasons why we didn't get affected. We didn't. It's one of the reasons why the liquidator, because in the exchanges, there are liquidation bots, there are liquidation techniques. Because when you get liquidated, the exchanges take your money. But this is also one of the major reasons why we did not get liquidated and will not be liquidated so far, because our system is a very dynamic system. Okay, so the martingale, like I said, it compounds your margin. And now the bot changes to martingale when the coin is moving in its preferred direction, and it does this to maximize profit. It will now compound margin to make the most and to take maximum profit from that coin when it's moving according to its direction. So this also maintains the independence of each trade and effectively helps to prevent funds from being trapped. That's why you notice your floating loss is always very healthy. A very healthy range in Apollo bot. This is one of the reasons, because it's a dynamic system. Okay, the third reason why Apollo futures bot is very unique is that it has the trading position. Yes, the QLIP, and this is really the X factor of Apollo bot, is that it's the first bot right now to successfully implement a QLIP, an investment artificial intelligence called QLIP, into its futures trading brain box. Very, very unique, okay? And I'm gonna be sharing my screen, and then I'll be showing you my account to show you how the QLIP works. It's very, very unique. It's a machine learning AI, very unique. So it's what's responsible for the direction of the coin. It will long or short different coins, or long all coins, or short all coins, all depending on the trend and the data it gets from the cryptocurrency futures market. The coin, okay? I'll be explaining that more as we proceed. So yeah, Apollo futures bot is not a hedge bot, it's a one-way mode bot that longs and short different coins using Microsoft's QLIP neural network algorithm, which automatically switches the direction of an open position in real time during active trades according to the market trend of each particular coin. This is another signature component of the Apollo's futures infrastructure. All right, the next thing is the rebound averaging. Very, very unique feature too, the rebound averaging. Now, the rebound averaging covers positions only when there are signs of a rebound. This is really, really nice, because unlike other bots that will just keep on taking your margin when the market is, volatile, Apollo bot will wait. It's a smart bot. It will wait, and it will only take a new order when it sees signs of a rebound in the direction that it is trading. Okay? Example, if there is a sharp drop and your bot is holding a long position, it will wait until the lowest price before it adds to that position. So it's not just going to take up your margin as the market is dumping and then eventually lead you to liquidation and losses. It will wait, because definitely in the cryptocurrency market, nothing falls. The market doesn't pump or dump in a straight line. There are always retests, always, cool off zones, Fibonacci rates, and all the stuff. So Apollo bot will wait for rebounds in the direction that it is trading before it adds to its position. Very, very technical and very, very smart of this bot, okay? The next point to look at is the leverage. Very, very important to note in Apollo bot that we use from 100, if your capital is from 100 to $500, Apollo bot uses the 10x. The recommended leverage is 10x. From $600 to $200,000, the recommended is 5x. Okay, and then from $250,000 to $1 million, the recommended leverage is 3x. This helps to, navigate the futures market safely, because with this, your bot will not over leverage. Most of the times you hear about black swan events and massive liquidations because we had over leveraged longs or over leveraged shorts. So in Apollo bot, it tries to keep the leverage very, very low. Okay. to also keep members' accounts safe, and also one of the reasons why we survive all those volatile events that cause liquidations in other bots. Okay. So the spot bot is also unique bot because it uses two strategies. It's the grid and DCA, but we recommend the grid parameters, which is also much more efficient than traditional spot trading bots. And guess what, guys? You can trade spot and futures at the same time, or you can trade futures and then later on add spot, or you can trade spot and then later on add futures. Like we had many people who came in, started with futures, and later on they started later on they added the spot bot. Okay, so it's not compulsory that you have to trade both, but the minimum to get started is $100. Okay, $100 in spot or futures, you can get started. And the target is between 10 to 50% return on investment monthly, all in the safety of your exchange account, in the safest setup in the futures market right now. ApolloBot has the safest setup in the futures market right now. So some exchanges that we use, you can connect to ApolloBot with Binance, Bybit, OKX, BitGet, and now Get.io exchange. So with this, we have 5 exchanges to increase the ease of connecting from anywhere in the world. Anybody, because we know that there are different restrictions in different zones and different. It should be easier for people to connect. And we are still gonna add another exchange. We're looking at adding KuCoin. We're looking at adding there was this other exchange called one other exchange like that. But definitely I'll keep you guys posted. But KuCoin is in the works as we speak. So guys, just to look at the QLib AI, like I said, yes, it doesn't guess the right next movement. It does that based on market data and market analysis. Okay. All right, don't worry. When I share my account, I'll also be explaining more about that. So yeah, okay. Some of the things that the QLib does, just to show you that we have an investment AI like the QLib behind the scenes working in ApolloBot, okay? There are some things that can only be possible when you have an AI supervising your trades. The first is the automatic direction change, okay? For the bots to be able to change directions without you changing the direction. In ApolloBot, you can notice it's longing. Once it takes profit, it changes to a short. That can only be made possible. That is only because there is an AI controlling it. That's the first one. The second one is yes, the next order positions. It's not predefined like other bots. You know, like in other bots, you can set it like in next when the market retraces 5%, 2%, take a next order. Here, all right, you notice that the next order that your bot will take is different for each and every single coin and different for everybody's account. No two accounts are the same in ApolloBot. Why? Because when you enter the market, we are all entering at different entries. We are all starting our trades at different entries. When you start your trade, let's say I start trading now, and someone starts trading in 30 minutes time, those two accounts can never be the same because they have entered the market at different entries. Therefore, there'll be different data for each coin that they are trading. This can only be made possible by an artificial intelligence like the QLib AI. Also, the take profit ratio different for each and every coin you notice trading in your account, and also different in each and every account that you notice trading with ApolloBot. Okay, guys. So this just gives you the affirmation that truly we are using a QLib AI. Okay, and another very important subject that we want to talk about is the partial profits. And guys, the partial profit is another signature component of Apollo's futures infrastructure. Remember, I told you when the market is moving unfavorably, ApolloBot will switch from Martin go to flat and also switch the profit mechanism from full profit to partial profit. Now, what is partial profit? Okay. So partial profit is part of Apollo Board's risk management procedures when encountering unfavorable trading conditions in the futures market. Apollo Board will automatically switch the coin to partial profits, which reduces the quantity of your assets, basically like a stop loss. So guys, the partial profit is like a stop loss because you notice that there are losses, there are reductions from your wallet balance, from your account. When you check your order book, when you check your, your statistics, you notice that there are reductions. It's basically like a stop loss. But guess what? It's a stop loss that comes back because once your bot is on partial profit, it'll calculate every loss. The partial profit is important because it helps to reduce your exposure, the exposure of that asset to that unfavorable condition that can lead to the entire liquidation of your account. So the bot will switch to partial profits to protect your capital. But even with the partial profit, even with the deductions that come with the partial profit, Apollo bot will still make it back for you. You notice that once your coins are on partial profits, the floating loss in your Apollo bot will be greater than the floating loss in your exchange. Why? Because our bot has already calculated the losses that you have made from the partial profits, and it's now going to make it back all for you once the coin makes full profits. So example, a coin is, let's say the Apollo bot is shorting a coin, but the coin is pumping. What will it do? It will still take new orders by dollar cost averaging. It's very, very important. That's why I say, guys, don't restrict your bot from taking new orders in Apollo bot because it needs to do that to dollar cost average. It needs to average the positions because the more it averages the positions, the closer it is to the market. And thus, when the market now moves in this direction, it can quickly take profits for you. When you restrict your bot from taking new orders, you keep that trade in a longer time. You make it to spend longer time before it can make the full profit because in partial profit, Apollo bot will continue to follow the market, take new orders at strategic points, all right, at strategic points, and then wait because nothing goes up forever and nothing goes down forever, especially in the cryptocurrency market. When the market now moves in its direction, it will quickly close that trade in profit. So example, like I said, you're Apollo shorting a coin, the market is pumping, the market will definitely cool off and start dumping at some point. Once it starts dumping, because your bot has been dollar cost averaging, it's closer to the market level. So a good move, any small move downwards, okay, that allows the bot to take profit. It's not just going to take profit from that dump. It's going to calculate the losses you've made and also include that, all right, to ensure it takes profits to cover up from the losses from partial profits, cover up for the losses from partial profit. It's very, very important you understand this because this is a very, very unique feature of Apollo bot that helps, first of all, to minimize risk, and secondly, also helps to ensure that you're always profitable. Because like I said, the partial profit is a stop loss, all right, that you make it back. It's a stop loss that you get back. It's a deduction that you notice in your exchange account, but later on, once the transaction is completed, you make the money back. That is one of the this is one of the most outstanding aspects of the Apollo futures bot. Okay, if you're in my WhatsApp group, I've gone through a whole lot of efforts to explain it, and I once in a while to explain it to people. But be rest assured, guys, be rest assured with all of this futures that you're in very good hands. A lot of work was put into Apollo bot to ensure capital preservation. And you notice that in Apollo, the more capital you have, the safer it trades. Because I explained this once. Example, the calculations are the same, irrespective of the capital. But when you look at it from a different angle, the more capital you have, the more coins you trade. So let's say, example, a coin decides to go crazy and starts, experiencing a lot of volatility. All right. But because your capital is so big, all right, your capital will provide a greater buffer for that kind of move from that one particular coin. And you know that from $600 and above, you're trading with 5x, which is also very low leverage. And you also have a good account size to buffer you to, to weather the storm, that might come in at any given time in the cryptocurrency market. This was one of the reasons, we don't have any of our big accounts getting liquidated. We have over $500,000 accounts here in Apollo, and everybody is happy. So guys, Apollo is here for business. We are really determined to change the narrative. We know a lot of you guys have lost money in previous businesses, centralized and decentralized, and we want to ensure that you guys come here and see the value for your money. And one of the reasons you see that is that you also notice that Apollo has the most generous gas consumption system in the market right now. 10%, we recommend that you fuel 10% because we know the 10% will take you to you make 100%. 10% of your gas will take you to you make 100% in profits before it finishes. How cool is that? Example, you're trading with $1,000, you are recommended to fuel $100 gas, which will take you until you've made an extra $1,000 in profits, which is very, very gas efficient system, guys. Very, very generous system. So we are not out. We are not Apollo. We are not greedy. Even the way the board trades, you notice it's not greedy, but you will make between 10 to 50% monthly, all depending on the market. Okay, for the past 3-4 days, we've had a very flat market, which we usually experience because in the weekends, the volume is always very low across all the exchanges. So it's normal. In the weekends, the markets are always flat. There's not always that much movement as compared to the weekdays. Okay, but you might notice some days, because the bot doesn't just trade because it wants to trade, it trades when it sees good opportunity. Apollo bot reacts to the market. So you might notice you might not make profit, especially when you're trading with a smaller account, you might not make profit for a day or two. Just give it time. It's because the market is flat. Okay, nobody controls the market. We just want to make the most of the market. So once that happens, just give it time. But be rest assured that you will make between 10 to 50% monthly in the safety of your account, in the safest setup in the futures market and the spot market. And there's something I forgot to add is that the transaction protocol is not just for the futures market. Many of you notice it popped up in your spot trading. It's not just for futures, it also has to set up so far, guys. So once again, guys, be rest assured that you're in very good hands here in Apollo Bot. Okay, so yeah, the last of this PDFs, some perks that come with Apollo Bot, automated withdrawals. Guys, you can withdraw as an affiliate, you can withdraw your affiliate earnings any day, anytime, and it takes below 5 minutes for it to hit your exchange or your wallet, okay? Any day, anytime, automated withdrawals. Minimum withdrawal is just $10, okay? Very, very cheap. $10 stuff you can withdraw your earnings any day, anytime. And we are not making money. We are not making money from your withdrawals, okay? Because we're using the Polygon chain for withdrawals, which charges just 12 cents. The 12 cents, it doesn't go to Apollo, it's a blockchain fee. And also Apollo has 9 different languages. The new updated version, to get the languages, you tap on mine, you tap on settings, you see that you can now change your languages. We have French, we have Spanish, we have Chinese, we have Italiano, there's Vietnamese, and yeah, I think we'll be adding some 2 or 3 more languages between now and December. Okay, I already talked about the fuel and gas efficient system. And yeah, the quick authorization method, another unique feature that saves members from the hassle of binding, okay, for OKX and Bybit users only. For OKX and Bybit users, you can make use of the quick authorization method that ensures your account is binded to your Apollo bot app within 2. You're in very good hands here, right? You're very, very good hands. And We are just getting started with this wonderful opportunity. We know that lives will be changed, and most importantly, we want to change the narrative. Okay, so that's the end of my quick. Oh, Bapi, nice to have you here and make you co-host. Nice to have you here. That's the end of my quick presentations. Please go ahead and ask your questions at this time.
The timing, I think we have the timing wrong. That's why I was asking. I thought 6 o'clock here. Unfortunately, I think we made a mistake in the timing. I will speak to you later. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna work on that. Sorry about that. All right, guys, please let's hear your questions, your inputs. For many of you that have been trading, how has it been so far for you? Do you have anything you want to say? At this time, please go ahead.
All right, good afternoon. The presenter, thank you so much for your very good work you have all done for a long time now. I really appreciate that, your time and energy of trying to pass the right information to all of us. For me, I deemed this fit to ask you. I hope you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. From your analysis and explanation, you said this bot is not a bot that someone can do with fear. It's a bot of someone there. Of course, there is no 100%. Let me use the word like saying 100% beat that you cannot lose anything. But from what you said, I believe that even if it's up to 98% sure that the money we put here is not going to be of loss, no matter the speed of gaining, which means what we needed is consistent movement, not downward movement. For me, I think if it's like I personally regretted a few weeks ago, I almost about $15,000 I have in a particular page. Almost, in fact, not almost everything went off. I was,
oh man,
in fact,
sorry about that. That's Cointech. Is that Cointech to you?
Yes. I was
sorry.
deeply.
Many people I know lost money in Cointech to you. Sorry about that, bro.
To be honest, I was deeply down. In fact, I was saying in my mind, I'm not going to trade anymore. But I still remember that no matter how deep the ocean looks like, there are still a location in the ocean where something you are looking for can be found. Yes. And I just have to gather myself, decided to borrow money and start along with $1,000 again. Even as of today, the $1,000 is just like $1 million for me. Because it was not easy, to be honest. So please, what I'm trying to find out is you are giving just that ultimate advice that with the rates Apollo bot is moving, we should be more confident in dealing with what we are doing here now. I'm just asking that as a question because I needed just. All right. So. If that be the case, fine.
Like I said, hey, we are very, very determined to change the narrative in Apollo. You can see from the way Apollo is set up, it's set up very intelligently, and we're not greedy. We'll not risk members' capital by entering the market aggressively. So we are very careful. Even the bot is very careful. And even in physics, we are taught that no machine is 100%. No machine is 100%. There's not 100% efficient machine so far. We've not had that created. You understand? But I can tell you that Apollo is over 90% in terms of its efficiency and its ability to protect members' accounts, capital preservation. I can tell you it's over 90%. So you're in very good hands here. So sorry for your loss in Cointech to you, by the way. I know many people that lost money.
The truth is, for the loss aspect, is normal thing in business. As far as business is all about risk. All right. As far as business is concerned, it's all about risk, and the risk of not doing anything at all is more even dangerous.
Yes, yes.
Is just the
Yes, yes, that's it. It's more risky not to do anything. It's
it's
more
more
risky
risky
not
not
to
even
take
taking
risk.
a step.
It's more
Yeah,
risky not
so
to take risk.
sure. That's the truth.
Yeah.
But just like I said earlier, that no matter how deep the ocean looks like, there are sea where you can find what you're looking for inside the ocean. So I think I just decided now. Let me just give it a try again and move on. However, please let's say for instance, people decided to go into this. Like me, I'm a referral based person, a full time referral based person. I once asked the person that gets me involved into this, are you sure this is gonna work? He said, give it a try. It's more better than what you have been seeing before. I said, okay, let me try. For me, I think let's try. And I will also give this one small kudos to you guys who have been there, Joseph and other ones. I think I'm hearing their voice. Wherever you are, please, just like Joseph have been doing, he has been up and days, to be honest. From the first day I met him, anytime I call his attention, he always tries to listen to me. Please just do your possible best